This is the Algo Futures Trader Weekly Market Roundup, and this is the Algo Futures Trader 7 for NinjaTrader 7. This is an opening morning breakout strategy. This is pre-programmed right out of the box. You can download for free. You can use it as long as you want in SIM, and you can use it to qualify for funding, any of that good stuff. When you're ready, you can then either lease or purchase a license. But here's this shaded area here is your no trade zone. So we're looking for the market to break out one way or the other, or break down out of that zone. There's some other things that we're looking for, and one of those is this traffic light filter here. That's at the bottom, right? That also has to be in agreement. So it has to be all green for the system to send the signal to execute a long trade, or all red for the system to send a signal for a short trade. What we like to do, though, is use a combination of, we call it man with machine. So even though this is an automated breakout strategy, before the market opens, there's a couple things that we want to check to help put the odds in our favor. This is AlphaWebTrader. This works with our Algo Futures Trader, but this gives us some additional filters, if you will. And one of these filters you see here at the top says gap. Right, what that is telling us, it says IGU, right? IGD. Well, IGU stands for an inside gap up, right? And that just tells us how the Nasdaq opened. If it opened inside the prior day's range or outside of the prior day's range. Well, why is that important? Well, it's a great filter because if it opens inside the prior day's range, there's a 70% chance they're going to fill that gap. And so that would give us a bias. If we had an inside gap up, right, like we do like in the S&P 500 here, that would give us a short bias. So what I wanted to do is take a look at what happened Wednesday, which was the Fed announcement day, when the Fed made their announcement at 2 o'clock on the East Coast. Before the market even opened, we checked and we saw that our Dow had, this is the MYM here, had what we call an inside gap up. And I'll just show you that visually here. This is just a 15-minute chart on that particular day. So here was the Fed day, right? You can see all this trading here was I think it was the 26th, right? But you see the prior day, the market closed down here, right, where I drew the black line. Right, so the market opened inside the prior day's range. The tendency is about 70% of the time the market's going to come and fill the gap exactly like it did. So we use that as a filter on our opening morning breakout strategy. Now I've gone to, this is 2 o'clock Eastern now, right here where the blue shaded area starts here, because that is when the Fed announcement hit. Now usually after a Fed announcement, that first move, that initial move, is not the true move. So that, and coupled with the fact that we had an inside gap up, and the Dow told us that we should be looking to the short side. Now the market really didn't sell off all day until right after the Fed announcement. You can see the market moved higher, right? But we waited until the market started breaking down and started triggering these short trades. Right, now when it triggers a short trade here, your stop is going to be on the other side of the no trade zone. All right, so you could have been in this, actually this particular trade, you got 2/3. So the software will take automatically, so it's going to be fully automated. We can tell it to just go long, go short. If I uncheck this long box, it's only going to take short trades here. Right, or I can semi-automate it, and what's going to happen is, let's say I only want it to take short trades. This will just take the next short trade. It won't keep taking every short trade. Right, so you can customize it, but once that's set, the software is going to do the rest. Right, all the heavy lifting is going to be done for you. So it's going to trade. This is programmed to trade 3 micro lots, and it's going to take 2 off at a first target, and it's going to trail the third. So what happened is the Fed came out with their announcement, right? We ignored the long trades here, waited for things to roll over and start breaking down. And it took, was a couple of trades here. So we got 2/3 off here, stopped on the last, 2/3 on the second, stopped on the last. But this third trade, this is the one that really went. right? And you can see that first probably hour after the Fed announcement, really things got going to the short side. And so these were some nice trades, but based on that bias that we had, which was a short bias, because we're anticipating that the market was likely going to fill that gap. Where's my? So again, here's where the market opened and traded inside the prior day's range here. Right, this is all before the Fed announcement, and then you see this big wick here, kind of retested the highs. Right, that we ignored until things came back down, rolled over, and we're anticipating they started breaking down here. Right, that it was going to fill the gap at the black line at least, and you can see it overshot. All right, so we use a couple of filters, so it's not just turn the machine on and let it do its thing. It's let's take a look and see if we can get the probabilities in our favor before the market opens, then set the software to trade in the direction we want, and then let the machine take over. All right, hope that's helpful. Again, all the links to download the software for free. Use it as long as you want in sim mode. And then when you're ready, you can purchase a license or lease a license. Also, we have a trading room in the mornings. We start about 9:15 a.m. That's in our Discord server. The links for that are below as well. All right, hope that's helpful, and we'll see you next week.